I keep those right there. So as you can tell, we're on a brand new adventure. I picked up a hitchhiker here behind me. I don't know if some of you recognize him. Saw him on the road thumbing, so we picked him up and brought him along. And we are on the way to look for some gold and some relics and whatever else we can come across. So y'all hang tight. Hopefully it'll be a good adventure, and we'll get into some good stuff. All right, so I want to stop and show you guys this. So this little area right here, we think was like a small room. Now I don't know how photogenic this is, but this would have been a wall, and then right here would have been a wall, just a little square building. And we think that this was the laboratory where they took the gold and they would melt it down to check the purity and the content of the actual gold that they were digging from this place. If you look at some of the rocks here, you can see the quartz vein running through the stone. This is the vein that they were chasing that had the gold in it. So I thought this was pretty cool. I want to stop and show you guys. This is the brick that was in the kiln. So this was fire brick. The reason that it looks like this and that it's so brittle is because it was heated. It was in a fire. This was the brick that they were using in the kiln to help melt the gold. So it's right beside that little room right here. So I suppose they probably had another little building here, you know, that they kept the fire going in, that they would melt the gold down, then they go to the little laboratory room and check the purity of it. Now, this place did burn down sometime around the early 20th century. That could have been the reason why. That could have been the start of it, was that room. Now, wouldn't that be cool to figure out that's what caused this place to burn? So this is another part of the mine, and we think, you see this crater in the ground, we think this is where a big stone wheel would have been, and this would have helped crush the rock that caused this reject over here, that would then go into a stamp mill, and it would be hammered out, and you would get the quartz gold out of the vein from the reject pile. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. Let's go over here and check out the creek. Guys, see any gold? One more thing I'll show you guys real quick before we get to hunting. Check it out. So this is actually about 165 foot straight down mine shaft. So it's cribbed up on the sides. If the water was lower, you guys would be able to see the wood timbers in there. But that's what this is. They would have had a A-frame bucket set up here. The bucket would have gone down, scooped up the rock, brought it to the stamp mill over here. They'd have crushed it up and got the gold out of it.
So
Sugar quartz. What's sugar quartz?
We're just breaking this off. Well, some of the old timers, they call it different things, but the oranges in there is your iron and stuff, so that's why it's got that rust color. But you'll find pyrite and stuff in there, of course, and you'll find little small specks of gold in there. But the ones that, there's some of this quartz you get, and you squeeze in your hand there, and it'll crumble up. They call it sugar quartz. It's like sugar crystals. And then there's another one that you get sometimes that's kind of thick in certain spots, and they call it bacon, like bacon quartz, because it actually looks like a slab of bacon, like with the fat and the meat running in it.
Which one has the gold in it?
Either one.
I like the sugar quartz gold better. It sounds like it's easier to get to.
It crushes down.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of that the load gold, you know, or that placer gold, that's where it comes from. It releases out of there.
Yeah.
Because you find pyrite, and pyrite you can look at, sometimes it'll have a gold tint to it. It actually, pyrite goes through a metamorphic change, and it releases that gold. It comes out of that iron. It releases. So that's when you find that fine gold.
We're looking for the site of an old schoolhouse. The map shows it here in 1905, and we're just hoping that we can get on it. There are some daffodil plant looking things over there growing, and I'm seeing some pottery and brick as I'm digging some holes, but just got a sweet little brass signal. I'll show you guys that. Popped it out, got a nice little range guide. Rang up 88 on the Amphibio there, so we'll get back at it, see what else we can find. All right, so pretty sure we just came across the well from the old school. If you guys take a look, pretty big circular depression in the ground. It's got some depth to it. I'm gonna optimistically say that that's what it is, because I don't see any trees anywhere around, and we're not actually where they were looking for gold, so it wouldn't be a mine entrance. So I'm gonna say it's probably the well to this establishment that was here. So I'm using the Nocta Amphibio Multi today. I'm hunting in 3-tone extra underground depth. My gain's on about 75, my disc is on 8 or 9. Haven't really touched anything else. Just basically 3-tone EUD. Cranked the gain up a little bit, and I've got a signal right here that's hitting 54. I thought we'd recover it together so we can see what we got. What is it? We got us a harmonica reed. Sure is. So this is probably 1870s. 1880s. This is always post-war, but we'll definitely take that. It's the whole thing. It's not broke, so that's pretty neat. And we're going to get back at it, see what else we can find. Sweet. All right, so got another signal right beside the harmonica reed. This one's hitting an 86 on the Amphibio, and we recovered together. I think it's right there. Looks like we've got a, I'm gonna optimistically say, a spoon bowl, perhaps. It's pretty neat. I don't know what it's made of to make it ring that high, unless it's brass. It don't feel like brass, it feels like aluminum. I don't know. It's definitely a relic. We'll definitely throw it in a pouch and get back at it. So Bo here has got him a couple of suspender clips, and I assume what he's doing is he's scraping the dirt back to kind of separate out the iron, kind of string it along there to pick out some high tones in the mix, if I had to guess.
Or planting taters.
Or planting taters. Come over here and show you what he's got here. Got some nails. These aren't very old nails. They're, you know, post-Civil War. A little porcelain button there. Shotgun shell. Got a suspender clip. There's a cut nail. There's another cut nail. Oh, it's getting older. It's pretty cool, man. Case of a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
We'll keep at it. Oh, he's gonna get something out of his bag.
Yeah, I got that little coin up.
Gold coin.
I can figure out what it is. I think it's, I can't even tell really. I can't even find it.
Oh, you got a really nice hoe. I like the hoe.
Any idea?
Don't know.
I can't even tell if it's a wheat penny or Indian head, really.
What do you guys think? Penny of sorts. I don't know. Man, that thing is toast.
It is, isn't it?
40 signal here. I've already taken it out. I was playing with it, trying to figure out what it was. And even though I still don't know, it had a piece of wood in it. I'm still not entirely sure. I mean, I'm thinking like maybe the end of a knife or the end of a feeler gauge or something like that. I'm not 100%. It's definitely brass, heavy brass. It's got 2 pins in it, and then it had this piece of wood in it. So I'm going to keep those together, throw them in the pocket, and be heading out soon, but hoping to find a couple more things before we leave.